Yo, what is going on? We are back, episode 8. Barry is in the middle of a bag of Blue Cool Ranch Doritos. That's okay. We're back for episode 8 once again. Off the Top Rope Podcast. One half the greatest tag team in the world. Chris, known as Southside Woodall on Twitter.
This your boy Barry. I ain't know my bad. Damn, bro.
It should be 2 seasons. But yeah, man, as usual, a lot of things to talk about in the wrestling world. Big weekend for wrestling, mostly AEW. I ain't gonna lie, Saturday night's main event wasn't really hitting like that, but we gonna talk about it anyway because there was.
Yes, your boy Barry, Lee Barry season, Barry on Twitter. I'm back, voice back, allergies did me dirty, but we're back. Let's get into it.
Yeah, man. So yeah, a lot of things happened last week. First and foremost. Good Daniel cameo in the episode. Yeah, so first and foremost, WrestleMania 42 was scheduled to be in New Orleans. It is no longer in New Orleans. It was moved to, well, they haven't named an official location, but everybody believes that it's going to be Las Vegas once again. The talk has been that essentially they believe, they can make X amount of money in Vegas like they did this year, and couldn't make that much from New Orleans. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm gonna be honest. I've heard that this has happened before, to where like WrestleMania is like move venues, or like move to a smaller venue or whatever it may be. But like this hasn't happened in my lifetime, so I don't know how to feel about it. Personally, I was one of those who was gonna go because it was in New Orleans, though.
What's that about? 6, 7, 8 hour drive for us?
Yeah, options were open as far as like taking a drive or taking a flight. Flight would have been short. Yeah. Drive would have been like 6 to 8 hours, but yeah. Like I said, I don't know how to feel about it personally. I know like a lot of people like it's a cash grab. Well, yeah, obviously. But one reason that I read that was like really stupid, aside from the money aspect, they were like, yeah, TKO has execs that live in the area. Who gives a fuck? Who cares what executives live in the area, dude? It's WrestleMania, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Unfortunately, the jig is up. We noticed this for a while. TKO was about making money.
Yeah.
They I don't want to say they don't care about the people or like the fans, but it's the business at the end of the day. The money grab's gonna be the money grab.
Yeah.
I've been to Vegas like 2 years ago. It's like, yeah, you're gonna get your money's worth. I mean, you're gonna get your bread out there. Like,
yeah,
we've been to numerous events. The whole weekend just brings so much revenue. It's the biggest week of wrestling of the year. Vegas, everything's expensive in Vegas.
Yeah.
I seen like clips of dudes paying. I went to like casino or hotels like down the street, like literally a block from Allegiant Stadium.
Yep.
$100.
Yeah.
And so it's just gonna get worse. TKO is doing what TKO does. They just want to make money. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed because this probably would have been my first WrestleMania in New Orleans because I've never been to New Orleans, so that would have been fun. But yeah, the jig is up. Revenue, they got to do what they got to do.
Yeah. And my whole thing was also like that was a big reason why I didn't go this year. Like, because usually sometimes like ahead of time I predetermined, like at this particular juncture I had predetermined I was gonna go to New Orleans. Mm-hmm. I usually predetermined. I don't worry about the match card, whatever.
Yeah, because
it's WrestleMania. But like Vegas is crazy, man. Like that's why I didn't go this past year. I'm like, bro, like Vegas itself is expensive. You add in like WrestleMania and like 2 nights of that. And mind you, I do 2 nights of WrestleMania. I go to the Monday Night Raw after. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm a little lost on that. I just think like it's cool to take WrestleMania to like different cities every year. Mm-hmm. I don't mind them repeating cities when it's like a couple years in between.
Back to back is like crazy.
Yeah, back to back is insane. I don't know what the set's gonna look like. Like I don't know what else.
Imagine like you saw like Tuesday, like the set's been revealed already. It's the
same. Yeah, I would hope not.
And then me personally, as a breakfast connoisseur, I hate not having a continental breakfast at a hotel. And none of them hotels on the Vegas Strip are continental breakfast.
No, you were paying for every bit of food
everything
in that hotel. So yeah, like I said, definitely confusing, but
we'll see.
What can you do?
And another misinformed Rock promo because Rock announced that.
Remember when Dwayne said WrestleMania was going to be in New Orleans? What happened?
But hey, The Rock 30 steps ahead, so who knows? We never know.
Crazy guy. Maybe they just wanted to redo so like next year's isn't terrible. Who knows?
unless we finally do get Rock versus Roman in like a big city, or hey, let's just wishful thinking, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, right. But also some other wrestling news. Thoughts and prayers to legendary commentator, one of the GOATs, Jim Ross, revealed he had cancer and is undergoing surgery. I believe he underwent surgery today, if I'm not mistaken. Hope everything goes well. We are pulling for good old JR.
Yeah, voice of my childhood. Really.
Yeah, man. Like, a lot of people's childhoods, and most adults, honestly.
Yeah.
So definitely pulling for him. Do we want to get into? We can either talk about a little bit of Double or Nothing, or we can get into Saturday night's main event.
You can go off on Double or Nothing. I was in your bag real quick.
Oh, so listen, I'm not gonna lie and act like I saw the whole thing. I made it a point to watch Hangman and Ospreay because that was my investment was firmly in Hangman. I was not disappointed. That match was almost an hour.
Oh damn! It was like a straight one fall match.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And remember how I don't know if this was last week or another episode. It's starting to blend in at this point. But I said like the long matches feel like short matches feel long. I had no idea I was watching a match for that long.
It was like a movie for real.
Yes, bro. The hidden blade spot where Ospreay pulls off his elbow pad and then Hangman pulls off his elbow pad as they're going for like the buckshot lariat. It was crazy. One of my favorite parts of the match is Ospreay is about to hit Hangman with an elbow. Hangman is like, he's not facing Ospreay at all, but like he falls out from like exhaustion.
Oh, like he just like I saw that was
and I'm like,
that was cool.
To myself, I'm like, how do you even know? Like, what's the cue for you to just fall down? Like, it has to be absolutely perfect for it to work. Like, he didn't fall before Ospreay started running or any of that. Like, he fell as Ospreay was running and coming in for the move. I thought that was insane. But yeah, that was one of the better matches I saw this year. Like I said, my investment was firmly in the Hangman. I remember tweeting on the account that I wanted Mercedes and Hangman to win, even though I said last week I wanted Hater to win. Yeah. I hope they do the right thing at All In. I hope they do the right thing. Hangman has not had the championship for 2 years in AEW. It seems like Tony Khan has like firmly trusted him again to like lead that promotion. So I do hope that they do the right thing and get that belt off of John Moxley.
Yeah, that's what I was rooting for too. Like either Ospreay or Hangman, just they gotta have like a new, not a new era, but like a new regime of like the AEW title. Because him Moxley, I don't know. Like I just don't know. I don't see good things about it, and I don't want to take people's opinions, but if I see like 99% negative comments about Moxley's title reign, then it's not a good look.
Also, I did not get to see all of it, but I saw clips of Anarchy in the Arena.
Oh, y'all saw the highlight clips.
Yo, listen. It was probably a spiritual experience when that song dropped. Let the bodies, bro. Oh my God, I wish I was there for that. Like, you know how crazy that is,
bro. Like that's what being a billionaire is all about. Just doing stupid shit like
just dropping money.
Dropping money like a song.
Like, if there was one thing I wish Triple H did, I wish he would just go spend money on like music and shit like Tony Khan be doing, bro. Like the Guns coming out, the Mini Men a couple years ago is the hardest shit I've ever seen in wrestling, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sometimes you just gotta like just drop a bag for no reason. Nobody cares if it's for one night only, bro. Just do it. Just do it.
I ain't gonna lie to the Young Bucks coming out to like American Revolution theme because they discovered AEW.
That is hilarious.
That was hilarious.
While I am not usually on board for Young Bucks antics, those were hilarious.
Yeah,
I will not lie.
I'm not gonna lie, they do like the wrestling is there. It's just little small stuff that's nitpicky about, but like I see good reviews on their pay-per-views. Like they say like that's like real wrestling. That's like wrestling events. So yeah, I'm mad.
There's a lot of good. I was trying to find out how and I still gotta find it. I can't discuss on air what means I'm going to try to rewatch this without paying for it. But yeah, I'm trying to go find that so I can watch the rest. But I did commandeer that Hangman and Ospreay stream. Also, since we were talking about All In, we're officially locked to go to Evolution 2 and Saturday night's main event in Atlanta. So That's great. Unfortunately, we might not see All In. We are not tribalists, but when wrestling comes to your city, who isn't gonna go, bro?
Like for real, I'm not turning down this.
Yeah.
Do we get? Does that come with the Great American Bash tickets or?
So it does not. We're gonna have to buy those separately because that's at a different venue.
Oh.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I can do it like a whole day of wrestling. That's why I never go to like Stand and Deliver when I go to WrestleMania. Like I just think to myself like, bro, I'm gonna be like at WrestleMania.
Then, especially like being downtown, it's probably gonna be so chaotic.
Yeah. Like that. I think that Saturday is the only day we. Yeah. So Beyonce's here that weekend.
Oh.
That Saturday is the only day we have where like it's just gonna be like wrestling fans. Cause Sunday, like with Evolution 2, it's gonna be us mixed in with Beyonce fans, bro.
Nice.
That shit's gonna be insane. So
a lot of talent, yo.
maybe, like I said, I don't know. I gotta think on the Great American Bash thing.
If it's Tuesday, I think I'd be down with it.
Oh no, it's on Saturday. So a big I was kind of gonna get into this too. Essentially, Great American Bash and I think some of Saturday night's main event is kind of gonna be running head to head with All In, which is why I said we're probably not gonna see it. I don't know how to necessarily feel about it. Like how about them counter programming. But I think my issue is if you're gonna counter program, make sure it's good. But also counter programming with NXT in particular is kind of it's not that NXT isn't good, but it's like as opposed to what AEW is probably gonna put on for All In. Like who do you have in NXT that's gonna make somebody not watch All In? And if that is your goal, which it seems like it is.
Because that was their biggest problem when AEW started with what was it, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Like NXT had like the talent was there, Finn, Johnny, Tommaso, Adam Cole in his prime. The shows just weren't like it was too hyped up. It was like going against a new program with AEW. You had like Prime, Kenny, Bucks, Cody in that bag. You know, different guys. Like it was just a different era. But now I don't know like you said, I don't know what they do because they like the men's division NXT is kind of wishy washy. And we're gonna talk about that later with the NXT that happened Sunday night. But they're probably gonna throw in some heavy hitters on NXT. You know, we might get like that U.S. women's title match we talked about last week on the show. That might help. But yeah. Because it's going to be on Sunday, right? Or is it Saturday? All In on Saturday or Sunday?
All In is on Saturday. All In is on Saturday. Saturday's main event, of course. And NXT, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. You might have to turn your comments off because it might get a little hectic. But
yeah, man.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I will be there no matter what. Saturday night's main event. Wasn't much to write home about. However, there were a couple interesting story developments that I do want to talk about and that will kind of segue into I guess like us talking about Monday Night Raw. We're going to get into SmackDown a little bit as well. Not a full review, but there's obviously some notable stuff there that we can touch on. But we can go ahead and start with Saturday night's main event first. Punk, Rollins, Zayn, Breaker. I know that was all over the place, but it was a tag team match. Very nice match. I thought everything was coming together well. Good showing for as a team for the first time for Rollins and Breaker, and with Punk and Zayn as well. I thought they worked like really well together. I know it wasn't necessarily like will they coexist type of thing going on, but I thought they worked really well together. I thought the matching gear in support of Palestine was cool. But the story development here, Barry, take a bow. You were correct. The third man was indeed Big Bronson Reed, bro.
I'm not gonna do too much loading because I had a coworker, shout out my boy Keith. He told me about it, and I was like, man, that don't really make sense. But then I watched TikTok about it. Bird, big guy on Wrestle Talk. This was your theory, so shout out to you. Hopefully you see this. But yeah, like the thought behind it made a little sense. Bronson was on War Games with Team Solo. He goes for like the big tsunami on top of the cage on Roman Reigns. Punk pulls Roman out. Bad, ironically, that ended up breaking up. That ended up causing Bronson to break his ankle. say, you know, if I land that, I might not break my ankle. So
Yeah.
that Punk, that, you know, bad. I got a little bad taste in my mouth about Punk. You know, now I'm anti-Roman because, you know, Seth is anti-Roman. You know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
So now that kind of makes a little sense, you know. And then, hey man, I just hope we're gonna talk about it later. I hope the New Day know that their time is coming because
If they don't know, they're gonna know.
that
But yeah.
that scene Saturday night of Bronson and Braun, just them two. Hey man, it's
Dog. The tsunami he did. He did a tsunami, but before that he did like a senton on Punk's back.
Oh yeah, just like squat, bro.
Hey, I thought we wasn't gonna see CM Punk.
I said, bro, they got Punk
I said,
again,
oh my
bro.
God, he's going again, bro.
Again.
I was terrified. But yeah,
also shout out to Tampa. That was like a great crowd.
Great crowd. Truthfully, I was a little surprised because we discussed it before when we were talking about a potential third man. I wasn't sure if they would do it, but also I was like, when Bronson Reed was discussed as somebody like potentially, I was just like, his history with Seth Rollins is a little fresh, so I don't know. Mm-hmm. But after hearing it explained on Monday Night Raw,
they Paul did a good job.
Paul did a great job of gassing him and Braun up, which we will touch on a little bit later. But yeah, once that was explained, it made like a ton more sense. So not mad at that. Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green for the United States Championship. Really not much to discuss here. Good Zelina Vega win. I will say, just because, like, I don't like how the internet gets when, like, wrestlers watch something, more particularly women, where, like, those people work weekly, year-round, bro. Mistakes happen. Everything's not going to be perfect.
Bro,
like,
619 looks hard as hell.
Yeah, like, I'm not asking for the end of Zelina Vega's title reign because she, like, didn't hit a 619 super well, bro. Like, get over it.
Yeah.
And we'll leave that at that.
Your GOAT in your GOAT part 2.
R-Truth and John Cena.
The crumbs are little small crumbs, but
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what to make of this John Cena heel turn anymore.
Yeah, I'm starting.
It's taking me some time to come around, but like I think
this is like one of the top guys. Like,
yeah, man.
Something's gotta.
I will say this: I do not think that John Cena is doing anything that John Cena does not want to do.
Yeah, that's a good positive.
But
might be the only positive.
Yeah, but he's just I don't know. He kind of losing me on some of this. I will say I laughed hysterically at that Ron Cena thing.
I might need that T-shirt. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. It's on sale.
I might need
it's
that.
On sale.
I might need that Ron T-shirt. Not gonna lie.
Man. I don't know.
It's just like the whole destroy wrestling thing. Just it makes sense to a dumb person. If I'm being like completely frank and honest, because it's just like the small stuff. Like, okay, I'm not beating. I didn't beat Cody with an AA. I hit him with a belt.
Yep.
I beat Randy with a belt and I won that match. And then I hit Truth with a low blow. I mean, good. It's like good heel work, but it's not like heel. It's not like traditional heel work. It's not. It's kind of like y'all just trying to just. I don't know what it is, but I can't describe it. It's just not good heel work to me personally. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not like they're trying to compare it to like Ric Flair heel work and, you know, kind of like the Eddie Guerrero stuff, but it just that stuff isn't hitting for me personally.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like I said, I know a heel is supposed to cheat, but it just doesn't fully land for me.
Yeah,
and I I'll say my biggest critique of like the heel thing. Even if I put aside the cheating because the heel is supposed to cheat, it's like the promos themselves. It's like he's it's just like the voice or like the tone he like conveys stuff in, and I'm just like
the post promo with Jey with the that robot voice was kind of cool. That kind of made a little sense. Unfortunately, I think I know where this is going, and I'm kind of mad at it because who's going to be with.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Yeah, but we just need something. You know, your boy is back, so this might take him a little bit of steam. But yeah. This Cena run is kind of. I just hope it makes sense come December. That's one of my biggest fear is. Like it's been a rough.
It's been rough.
2-3 months. Yeah. So.
Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest in a cage match. Very fun, very brutal. It was revealed like prior to the match. I forgot the source. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to discredit the source, but that Drew McIntyre had basically been working hurt for a while. I think they say he can't even fully like turn his head. Yeah. So naturally, I guess it makes sense that Priest hit him with a concerto, walked out of the cage. Jesse Ventura is hilarious, by the way.
That was hilarious.
Because
way to break the fourth wall. Man. Yeah, a whole man yelling at a cloud, breaking the fourth wall.
He is hilarious. I really enjoy like watching Saturday Night Man Event, like hearing him do commentary.
You can win a cage match walking out the cage.
You know what's funny? They said he's won a cage match walking out the cage before, so that's why it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. I love it.
But Priest, concertos, Drew McIntyre. We haven't seen a concerto since like 2022. I don't think. Yeah. Like Edge was the last one to take one. Funny enough.
Is it I seen this floating around. Is it time to switch Priest to a heel?
Right now, I will say yes, only because we talk about this often, but like SmackDown kind of needs a little bit of a revamp, especially since Jacob Fatu will potentially be going towards the babyface route, and also I don't know. I do think Priest like does really good work as a heel, and I think he's like an established star now, credible. People like kind of fear him more as opposed to I guess maybe when he was in the Judgment Day and he was a heel. So I definitely think it could work. And then on top of that, you got to think about it. He was never. I mean, technically, he wasn't really supposed to. Actually, no, never mind. I was gonna say he wasn't supposed to be a babyface, but then I remember Finn Balor turned on him, which led to that. So yeah, I wouldn't mind him being a heel again. I do think that would be a welcome change. I don't know how you. I don't know how they would start the turn though. Like I don't know who.
Who takes the bullet?
Who takes the bullet basically. But yeah, that was
in the long game. I want to see him be a heel. Like I think like NXT, he was a good heel. Judgment Day, he was a good heel. But since SummerSlam is going to be in New York this year, I feel like they want to give Damian like his hometown moment. So I don't know how they really do. I don't know how they're going to do that with him being a heel. Because in Puerto Rico, he was a heel there, and he didn't really get like his moment. He might have got it behind the scenes, we just didn't see it. But I think it would be good to see like Priest have like his face moment at SummerSlam. But I do think that it might be time for just a little character change because the crowd isn't really hitting that much. And then plus you're going against Drew. Drew is like one of the hottest guys in the business right now. So it's hard to boo Drew, pit somebody face against Drew. So
also, while we're on the topic of Drew McIntyre, because this has happened like this has really happened a couple times in the past few years where like Drew McIntyre like works a good program, gets hurt, goes away for a while, and like comes back and like nothing fully comes of it in terms of like him winning a championship. I don't care what's going on when Drew McIntyre gets back, bro. It is time to get him in the world title picture, and it's time for him to win.
Oh yeah,
and not like hokey wins where somebody cost him and cashes in on him. It is time for Drew McIntyre to have a sustained world title run. And I'm going on wax and saying this. I don't care if Cody Rhodes is the champion when Drew McIntyre comes back. If it got to be Cody Rhodes, it just got to be Cody Rhodes. But it's time for Drew McIntyre to have a sustained world title run. It has been a long time coming. He has done a lot of good work for the company. He stayed in times where like other superstars may not have stayed, bro. So it is definitely time for that to be rewarded.
I'm not sure on that, bro.
Cody Rhodes. Oh wait, sorry. What a surprise. Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. No fault on Jey Uso. Logan Paul sucks. But what we're really here to talk about. First off, congratulations on Jey Uso to retain.
Oh yeah, That's what I'm gonna say. The finish, very creative. I forgot that like the ref got pulled out before the shenanigans started. Then I was like, oh snap, the ref's back. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Hey, Jey won. Yes,
yeah, man.
We beat the Logan title reign.
So yeah, we gotta return to QB1, man. Whether people want to admit it or not, this is a shot in the arm that WWE sorely needed.
Unfortunately, yeah, for SmackDown.
Cody Rhodes has returned. He has firmly established that John Cena has ruined enough, and frankly, I agree, because John, I love you, you are my GOAT, but what the fuck are we doing? Cody has challenged Logan Paul and John Cena to a tag team match at Money in the Bank, and his partner is Jey Uso. Be honest. I know people were like, I'm kind of glass half full here. I know people was like, a lot of people at first was like, I don't want John Cena going against Logan Paul in his retirement year. Like, why are we making a match on Logan Paul? Didn't happen. He's teaming with him, but it didn't happen. And this is much better than what was rumored before.
Oh, brother.
Dog, there was a rumor going around. It was gonna be a 6-man tag team match. It was gonna be John Cena, Logan Paul, and Travis Scott versus Cody Rhodes and the Usos. I'm okay with this. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'm not. Hey, I take, like I said, glass half full. I take what I can get. Cody Rhodes is back. I ain't gotta see Travis Scott in the wrestling ring. No disrespect. But
that still could happen. It is.
And Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso were a tag team before, man. So
the chemistry is there.
The chemistry is there.
You might get a Yeet part too.
And this is obviously a testament to Cody Rhodes, not Logan Paul. But last time I seen Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul in the ring together, man, I was entertained.
When was that?
Last year at Night of Champions. Last year at Night of Champions, it was like one of his first defenses after winning.
Okay.
I think it was in between. It was either in between the AJ Styles matches or firmly after the AJ Styles matches.
Okay, all right.
But yeah.
Unfortunately, you can't fool me. I see what's going on here. If you want to make John Cena look good, we'll turn him good. You put it with the most hated guy in the world. So you can't fool me. Whoever's running the show.
Amen. Say that.
This is what it takes to get John Cena back on the good side.
Hey, you can't fool me either, because I know what this means. It means it is time for the kingdom to regain the Undisputed Championship.
You think so?
2 times, brother. You think Cody Rhodes came back and called out John Cena for no reason?
All right, okay. Yeah, you're right.
That shit over.
I'm not mad at that. Depending on how they do it, but yeah, if they get Cena to turn his back on on Logan Paul to come out the bat a good guy again.
No. Fuck that good guy shit, bro. I want Cody to take that shit from him as he is.
As a heel?
Yeah. We coming for that get back, John.
All right, I'm not mad at that, but yeah, that's my running theory of you're gonna make Cena instant crowd face reaction. It's him to turn on Logan Paul, but yeah, I'm just
fuck that.
This match, I don't know. Who knows?
Like I said, John, you my GOAT, but you gotta stand on that shit, nigga. The North remembers WrestleMania. I may not rewatch that match anymore, but the North remembers, nigga. The North remembers you letting Travis Scott come down to the ring, make a full entrance to Fiend, and cost him my quarterback won the Undisputed Championship after a year of hard work.
Yeah, I'm not like the biggest Cody fan, but that match, that was just a.
It's time for you to come up off that belt, John Felix Anthony Cena. All right, with that, before we get into our Raw review, like I said, we're not going to do a full SmackDown review, but I do want to get into some notables for SmackDown. This is just stuff that was good, decent storyline advancements. Yeah. Your list is longer than mine, so I'm actually go here.
Okay.
Julia qualified.
Take that, Charlotte.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what the move is called that Julia was trying to do, but I don't like how Charlotte sold it.
Like the neck breaker.
Yeah. I was disappointed with that.
Yeah.
But
which one you think, Charlotte? But I'm not gonna lie. I had a coworker tell me that Charlotte Alexa promo to start the show was pretty decent.
Oh no, it was. I saw that too.
Okay, all right. Never see. All right, there we go.
That was one of the storyline events that I want to talk about because they not only did they interact there, but they also interacted later on in the night.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, it was supposed to be Alexa talking to Alexa said something, and then Charlotte walks up. Alexa was talking to Lily. Alexa was like, "Good luck at Money in the Bank." And she was like, "Oh wait, my bad."
Gotcha.
Yeah. But really, I wanted to touch on that promo because when we talked last week, I said I think what they're angling towards is ultimately the old guard, which would technically be Bliss, Charlotte, and it's happening on Raw too with Becky and Lyra in a sense, and we can get to that later. the old guard is essentially being, aimed down for the title by the young guard. So like Julia, Roxanne, Vaquera, whoever, and Tiffany Stratton, I guess. Yeah, Tiffany. Yeah, because in the promo, Tiffany's like, you two are a little vintage. She said, "Yeah, y'all are a little vintage, to be honest." I said, "Yo." I said, "Yo." I was like, "Damn, is she right?" I was like, "You got to think like Tiffany Stratton, like 20. Tiffany Stratton might be our age, but like
25, I think.
Yeah, like 25, something like that. Somebody, she might be a little right." But yeah, obviously, I like I said this last week too, but I enjoyed I welcome anything that like shows Charlotte going in a new direction.
Yeah,
and I feel like this is what this is doing. It is, like I said, it's clearly like the old guard coming, or the new guard coming for the old guard, and she is ultimately going to have to turn to Alexa for help, and that's obviously not something that is typical of Charlotte because she's always been able to like do things on her own. She has been like the standard for the division, all by herself. Hasn't really had to lean on anybody. But if you think about the last few times you've seen Charlotte in these big matches, like in this qualifier, she loses to a newcomer in Julia. WrestleMania, she loses to who was essentially supposed to be a rookie in Tiffany Stratton. So I definitely think that this is, like I said, it's a welcome change of pace for the Charlotte character. And that is all I've been asking for. That is all I asked for, like, in the show. Like, if you, I don't want to say earn a world title shot or earn your way back to the top, but I mean,
like a slow burn.
Yeah, like a slow burn. You know what I mean? Like, show me something different. So I welcome this change of pace with Charlotte. So I enjoyed this. Sabin versus Ciampa, great match. Candice LeRae is back. She's no longer with Nia Jax. I don't know if they just don't want that to be a thing anymore.
Yeah, that wasn't really hitting too much for me.
As long as she's on TV, obviously there might be a reason she's actually back with DIY. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, that was pretty good. Chin and B-Fab defeat the Secret Harvest.
I hope they get a title shot soon. I think they.
Yeah, I hope so. It kind of been.
Yeah.
It's like they just hang out backstage and like might win a match or two, but nobody ever like, hey, let's put them in tag team title match. Just like, I don't know. AAA event is starting to come to fruition. Legado del Fantasma is going to take on El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Psycho Clown, and Pagano at Worlds Collide. I hope I pronounced all of those right.
Should be a banger, you know.
Please don't hate me if I didn't. Yeah, it should be a banger. They are still. Honestly, I'm interested to see how their partnership with AAA works, and I say that because
I'm a little mad it's gonna be on YouTube. I think it's not gonna be like.
I feel like you could have just put that on Peacock. You know what I'm saying?
But I guess YouTubers know. I guess everybody got YouTube, so it's free.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I guess that
is
free.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was gonna say I'm interested in how their partnership is gonna work because I can see them like building. They were prior to this even being announced. They were kind of building like some tension in the group between like Berto and Santos. So I don't know if that's gonna play into the match or like how it's gonna work. So I'm interested in seeing how the partnership works. Also, I am excited to see Wagner Jr. I've heard like a lot of good things about him. He has a crazy physique, like jacked, bro. He's jacked. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm digging this Phantasmo little storyline they got going on with the whole family thing, and then Humberto. That's interesting to me. So I'm excited to see that. They're doing like some good character work, you know, because we know the ring work is already there. It's just the character work that's gonna be there. So I'm excited to see what this match gonna hit like.
We can talk about this tag team match because I was the first tag team match, not the tag team title match. We'll get into that. I took a lot of good things out of that match. One, Jeff Cobb has actual gear. It didn't look like a fucking plumber this week when he was wrestling. So we could take a bout for that. Dog. And then two,
my boy out there with some slacks and some Dockers.
Dog,
hush puppies.
That shit is still so funny to me, bro. He was wrestling in a t-shirt and wrist tape. And when they came back from commercial break, this man took off the t-shirt and had a tank top on.
Like your big debut moment, and then you out there looking like a substitute teacher.
They give you no music. They just say, hey, bro, like,
Hey, bro, go fight LA Knight real quick.
Yeah, just get in the ring
Just
with
for the vibes.
street clothes on. Like, come on, bro. Only time I accept that type of wear in wrestling for the most part is if it is your regular gear, which we knew it was not, or two if you were in a street fight. Neither of those were the case last week. Regardless, like I said, he's got gear, looks way more menacing, way more imposing.
Mm-hmm.
The second good thing I took out of that matchup was Rey Fenix.
Mm-hmm.
Rey Fenix has been good since he's debuted, but I felt like he looked great.
Oh yeah, and plus with that new camera angle, wow,
Yeah,
kiss, bro.
that the one shot when
Yeah.
yeah, man. I feel like Phoenix looked a lot better this week. Also, didn't have to eat the pin. That's great. But yeah, the crowd was really into him. Shout out to Savannah, Georgia, a couple hours away from here. But yeah, I thought he looked a lot better this week. I thought this was a step in the right direction if we're going to get people more invested into the Phoenix character. And I do feel like the crowd reacted really well to him this week. So that was my biggest takeaway.
Yeah, because like we see with Penta, it's just instant aura. So
yeah,
we just gotta let Phoenix build some stuff up. It's gonna be straight.
Yeah, man. I was definitely excited about that. LA Knight advanced to Money in the Bank.
Looking, the agenda is looking well.
Yeah, so far so good. The ladder match this year has like a lot of potential winners. It's tough to call it right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I lean a couple different ways, and then we still won't fully know because next week there's a qualifier with Fatu, Melo, and Andrade.
Ooh.
Glad to know that Andrade is getting on TV. Don't know if I probably won't get in the match, but like great to know that he's getting on TV. Him and Fatu work really well together. Him and Melo work really well together. So a lot of good elements in that. Bianca Belair is returning next week.
I'm interested to see what her character is gonna be. I wonder if she's gonna.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's still gonna be the EST, but I wonder if what's gonna be like the main goal. Like, is she gonna gun for the title, or what is she gonna do? So I'm excited to see that. You know, my personal women's GOAT. You know,
Yeah.
agenda.
Yo, I'm so glad she's okay. Did you ever see the picture of her fingers?
Oh yeah, that was yeah.
Man, that was bad. I'm glad to know she's okay. To answer your question, I'm personally looking for involvement in the in some way, shape, or form in the women's qualifier, which will contain Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, Naomi. I'm interested to see if she like hangs around or is involved in that at all, because I definitely think there is a story there with there's obviously a story there with her, Jade, and Naomi, but she kind of went off to WrestleMania and like did her own thing. So I'm interested to see how she works her way back into that particular storyline, or like you said, or if she goes in another direction. I'm interested to see that too. The tag team title match: Fraxium Street Profits 2, absolute banger. But nobody could have foreseen what we got at the end.
Hey man, shout out to like not reading the dirt sheets, because I saw like they was gonna come sooner than later, and I was like, man.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Anytime I read those, I just go under the expectation like it's probably gonna be tonight. But yeah, man, so this is funny. We're watching the show on our laptop. We're in our friend Avery's basement. Shout out to Avery. Watching it on the laptop.
That laptop right there, my ass.
Yeah, same laptop.
Same.
Watching on the laptop, like I think Dawkins goes for like a spine buster on Frazier, and like the screen just cuts to black. I'm like, bro, like, mind you, like the WWE logo disappears off the screen.
I'm like, bro, I charged this laptop before I came over here just for this reason.
So look,
if you have a MacBook, they turn off really fast, like out of nowhere. Like that's why you see Chris just swiping the mouse every 5 seconds. They turn off really fast. And I was like, bro, I know this laptop didn't just die on us. Like, man.
I didn't even think the laptop died. Like I thought the feed to USA cut. I was like, yo, I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, bro, they couldn't pay for a couple extra minutes of airtime. Like you just finna get like cut off.
Like, bro, it's 10:55. What y'all doing?
Like, dog, we're like pushing the mouse now. I'm like, oh my god.
Xfinity, what are you doing?
Like I was real close to exiting out of the tab, and then the lights come back on. Oh shit! Like I was like, wow, like legitimately amazed, bro. Legitimately amazed. And I just like I rewatched it again today, and I'm just thinking to myself like, damn, like what do they got against the Raw tag team division? Because SmackDown's tag team division looks crazy right now, bro. like the Wyatt Six as a tag team was very good. I know like some people think it wasn't working out. I personally disagree. I think the Final Testament stuff just was what it was.
Yeah,
Akam and Razor didn't necessarily have it anymore, in my opinion. I thought the multi-man stuff they did together was good, but like Akam and Razor themselves as like just a tag team.
And then your boy The Miz, you know.
Oh yeah. Hey. But yeah, man.
Does he know?
He doesn't yet. But
it's alright. New TV show coming soon. Hopefully he gets written off sometime. In a good way, you know, not like.
Yeah, man. I was so pleasantly surprised, and like, it's not like the SmackDown division, tag team division needed a shot in the arm. Like it was fine, bro. Like this current rotation they have going on is great.
I was wondering, are they really going to like insert themselves in the tag team title picture, or was it just like a cool return for Bray's birthday? But I mean, like, they can. This could be a good 5 teams now? Yeah, 5 of them.
Yeah,
this could be like a good, fatal 5-way, stipulation down the line. I'm here for it because look, dang, I can't think of their names right now. But yeah, all of them could go. Like, Harper can still do some.
Harper, Gacy,
Gacy, Loomis. They can still do some things.
Yeah, like
Gacy is like one of the underrated wrestlers, like in the ring, and then like Dexter. Like, listen,
Loomis to me was the present surprise out of all of them. To be honest, like I thought he like the when I first saw them like debut. Mm-hmm. Like he moved really well to me. Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised for the most
He didn't
part.
get because he didn't get a lot of burn in NXT because of his character. He was like the mysterious guy. But that was a good moment. I'm not gonna lie. Happy birthday, Bray. That was a great callback with the birthday candles.
Yeah, dog. I was so deeply moved by that shit, bro. Because like I said, SmackDown's tag division deeply.
Yeah, they don't need this, but this is like
they just put that tag division on steroids.
Yeah,
this shit is gonna be nuts. I don't know who wins. I don't know. I think I think Hunter has like a real soft spot for the Wyatt Six, to be honest. So I think it's a very real chance that like them belts might come off the Prophet soon, and it might be to the Wyatt Six. I don't know, but either way, like I said, it's a welcome shot in the arm for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, like so deep moved.
Bro, I know I charged this laptop.
It's all. I just saw that shit fade to black.
Oh shit.
Literally my reaction.
Just took out everybody. Just love it, man.
Monday Night Raw, man. So as we stated earlier, I don't know if there's an official name for them yet. We're just gonna call them The Vision, due to Seth Rollins being a visionary and being quote unquote the future of the industry, as per his words, or Paul Heyman's words, I should say. But yeah, man, this I tweeted this out once Bronson had reemerged on Saturday Night's Main Event. The idea of Seth Rollins as World Heavyweight Champion, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed as World Tag Team Champions absolutely moves me, dog. That shit absolutely moves me, bro. I say this like very often. I enjoy wrestling in many different forms, but I think I enjoy it most when that shit looks like a car crash, bro.
Oh yeah.
Them two are the literal definition of wrestling looking like a car crash, bro. Can you imagine a Braun Breaker spear into a tsunami combo, dog? Somebody might die.
We're not going to be on the receiving end of that,
Somebody might die, dude. That shit is crazy.
Because I was thinking, because like we were talking about, I was like, bro, like Bronson and Braun, that's too powerful.
That shit
like,
is not fair, bro.
Because at least with like, who was the tag champ? Was it Batista and Rick, or it was?
No, it was Batista and Rick. When it was
Batista and Rick, that was like, Batista's like the powerhouse, Rick's like the finesser.
Brains and all that, yeah.
But you got like two we just gonna beat your ass. Like that's really, we just gonna beat your ass. Like
this shit like when KD went to Golden State and nobody had the answers for real, bro. That's exactly what this shit is. This is like when Kevin Durant went to Golden State and nobody had a fucking answer, bro. That tag team division on Raw is gonna look insane.
I wanted the Creeds to win that tag team title match, but the New Day, I hope you know it's time.
That shit over, nigga. That shit is so over.
I don't know, Xavier or Kofi, one of y'all, like he said, y'all get hit with that spirit of tsunami. I just hope you're ready for it.
You niggas walking around back there with Grayson Waller, he not gonna save you, bro. That shit's over, nigga. You niggas shouldn't have said what you said to Big E, bro. Vengeance may not come today. It may not come tomorrow. But it always comes. That shit's over.
Quick breaking news: Triple H is at the Knicks and Pacers game.
Nice.
So the agenda, wrestling
the
is everywhere.
WWECF continues. Oh man, Gable, Penta, Dragon Lee. 5 stars, bro. I'm not a star rating guy. That was a 5-star match to be there. First off, I'm glad Chad Gable okay, bro. That nigga went through it.
Oh, that the landing on his neck. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Nah, if he was landing on his neck, he would be dead. He only landed on his face, thank God. But like, when I seen Penta like picking them up, I was like, what is he going for? Like, at first I thought he was going for a vertebrae on Dragon Lee. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I've seen that before. This nigga walks over to Chad Gable and pick him up too. I said, what are you doing? What is happening here, bro?
Shout out Dragon Lee, bro. Listen, keep me out of catering, all right? This is what I do. You see this? This is what I do, bro.
That holy shit call by Pat may have been the most appropriate holy shit of all time.
Yeah, because Pat is like right there too. You just see
this nigga Dragon Lee leaps all time. All of that match was insane, bro. That is not a typical WWE match, bro. Like, that shit is insane. That shit was fucking insane. That feels like them niggas watched AEW the night before and say, hey, bro, like, we just can't, we can't let them out, bro. Fam, I watched Dragon Lee get kicked square. I watched him get super kicked square in the forehead, bro. Like, he did not miss. Penta legitimately super kicked this nigga in the forehead, bro. Go back and watch it. I swear to God. He super kicked this nigga in the forehead.
Bro, even like the Vakino spot, he got Chad dead in the eye. Like that shit.
Chad was bleeding, bro.
I was like, oh shit.
Hey, it was a terrible night for Chad Gable. Speaking of Vikingo, another Worlds Collide match that we're going to see is Chad Gable versus Vikingo. They are saying that they getting that belt off
Does he know?
Off that boy.
Does he know?
Off that boy Alberto. And it's gonna be for the Triple H Championship. And I think that's the funniest shit ever, because that shit's not till Saturday. Them niggas said on Monday, like, hey, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, we not.
Listen, glad he didn't get the stuff I saw, I thought he got released. They lucky he still out.
Yo, that nigga is ass.
They lucky. No, somebody we gonna
aside from him being a terrible person, that nigga is ass.
I cannot believe y'all had to watch him break to be world champion, that gold belt. Bro, somebody posted like a picture of Sheamus and Rusev, and then they like quoted it with like damn, what was their crew?
The League of Nations. Wade Barrett posted the gift.
It was like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. That's not happening, bro.
Man,
you got 3 soldiers and a clown in one picture. That's what that's.
That shit is sick. Yeah, they say we getting that belt up off you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Definitely excited to see that. I have seen one Vikingo match. And that was against Kenny Omega.
I was gonna say,
but that they also said like after that his knees got cooked, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
He still had. I saw some other clips of AEW. He like showstopper. Like he's gonna be some shit in that match. Like the boy just flips and flips, and he's gonna be crazy. So
yeah, that nigga's insane. I'm excited to see it. I made sure I put this in the notes. Dirty Dog backstage getting caught up.
Hey man, listen. I'm not gonna lie. When I seen him on screen, I smiled. Those Judgment Day segments, gold. Like they can be like a decent comedy act, just hilarious. Finn facial reaction, Dirty Mackin at his finest.
You can tell that nigga Finn set this shit up. Like he ain't even hiding it either. Nigga smiling like, oh my god, she's back. Like,
listen, man.
Like I knew she was gonna be. That's the look he on his face. Like,
hey, listen, Roxanne.
I purposely corroborate this shit.
Roxanne, get that boy a 50-piece nugget.
Man, listen. First off, Dominic just like me. I'm easy too, bro. Bring me some food. Bring me some food.
Bro, I get nasty some money hot wings.
But Lord, this thing
extra crispy. You might. This y'all do cousin y'all.
You know, in my brain, like I ain't gonna lie. Look, I was kind of like, damn, like no way they finna run back the same story last year with this thing. Like you know what I'm saying, live like coming to the.
Hey, listen, man.
Yeah. I was like, hey, shit.
I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm not mad at it at all, bro.
You know, She bring Dominic them chicken nuggets. Definitely Wendy's chicken nuggets, by the way. I'm a chicken nugget connoisseur, I can tell. Brought that nigga Dominic some chicken nuggets. Said, Dom, your shoulder looks a little tense. Liv Morgan walking that bitch like
Konnichiwa.
said, Konnichiwa, bitch. And then Dominic like,
oh shit.
she looking at this nigga like, what the fuck are you doing?
I thought you were still out of town.
Yo, yeah, this nigga talking about
You said you was coming back next week.
That nigga said, y'all know, you know the time zone thing. She said, hey, look at this nigga Dom. She look at this nigga Dom like, yeah, I got something for you. Don't worry. Like,
Don't worry about you. You and your ass on the couch tonight.
Yeah.
You don't get none of these goodies. You and them nuggets on the couch.
Man.
Get your blanket, nigga. I might not even give you a blanket.
That shit is so fucking funny. Yeah. But on a serious note, and somebody said this on Twitter today, and I agree. I am glad that even though I do think Roxanne is obviously more than those particular segments, and obviously I don't even think that's really going to be the end game, even though they're playing it like that.
We know Roxanne could go, bro.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the end game, and like I don't think she's going to be like Dom's like arm candy or anything like that. I just think it's just a good segment to show some personality, whatever.
Yeah, because that's what you really need in this business.
But I am glad that
Ooh, that was funny, man.
yeah, I am glad that there is a clear plan and direction for Roxanne. Often these superstars get called up from NXT and there isn't always a plan.
Yeah.
And sometimes that leads to them being in the back a little longer than they need to.
That's why I'm not mad at like Trick winning the TNA title because he would definitely get lost on this main roster.
Yeah,
like,
at the moment, absolutely.
The charisma is there, but like you got to go out with like the heavy hitters. Yeah, like it's gonna it's you want to wait, Trick. Don't worry. Like that's why I'm not mad at it because like Roxanne could go. She done some good character work with NXT being a heel because I think Cora got hurt last year. They kind of do like a swerve in their plans, but yeah, man, they keep doing like this. They got Buddy said 50 piece. Wait a minute, I ain't never got this before.
She brought that nigga the whole tray for catering. Said ain't nobody else here.
The rumors are true. They do. Wendy's has a 50 count.
That shit is crazy.
They can fill up the bucket.
Yeah, man. But I'm glad there is a clear direction for Roxanne.
And look, Roxanne and Liv versus Liv, that's gonna hit.
Yeah, that shit moves me.
Yeah.
Honestly, whatever they're gonna do next moves me. We're still gonna get into that because there's still a little more story developing within the Judgment Day. Rusev crushed again. Ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed. I thought Cesaro was gonna get a little bit more in than he did.
The way they booking Rusev, they making him like a beast.
Yeah, but the main story coming out of that, we're getting what we like to call the Big E Invitational. 2 big meaty men slapping me.
No flips. No Canadian destroyers.
Hey, what my boy Booker T be saying? No bread, no water, just me.
Just chomps, kicks, chomps, fists. I'll be there.
Yeah, I will be there for the eventual first showdown between those two. Sheamus, obviously, as we talk about very often, one of the top 5 in terms of like TV wrestling in the WWE.
Yeah, like consistent.
Yeah, like very consistent. I don't know if this is going to be like a PLE pay-per-view program. Like this might just be something cool they do on a couple Raws. If we're lucky, maybe it stretches and it goes to the Saturday Night Main Event that we're going to be at.
Not mad at it.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. 2 just like terrifying beasts, and supposedly like I don't know if this is like true or if it's just like a rumor or a conspiracy, but some people are saying like it could ultimately be Sheamus ended up rehashing that storyline he had with Cesaro where they ultimately just ended up becoming like a tag team.
Oh, listen, man.
A kick-ass tag team. I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Listen, if I speak the bar, top 10 tag team in WWE history. I'm sorry.
That's actually kind of fair.
They was putting on some bangers, no pun intended. That was great tag work, character work was there. Just the spontaneous of it coming out of nowhere for like a 7-man tag match was like, no, we want a singles title match. Give y'all a tag team title match. Y'all be all right. Just get out of my face.
I will say I do still want Sheamus to win the Intercontinental Championship. I hope that's in his future, legitimately. But yeah, I'm excited for Rusev and Sheamus. Can't wait to see it. Like I said, hopefully it stretches and we get to see it live. New Day versus the War Raiders versus American Made. Very good match. Honestly, in total, I was gonna try to wait to the end to say this, but I think this is one of the, not that Raw is like ever like really bad. I think for the most part it's been consistent aside from the very first Netflix debut episode. I think they've been very consistent in terms of storytelling, matches, etc. I feel like this is one of the stronger Raws that has been put on this year. Mm-hmm. This match was no different. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, Creeds don't miss. War Raiders don't miss. New Day, when it's time to show up, they show up.
Like those three, the Raw tag team division is not like completely dead in the water. Those three are kind of like holding it up as it is. Like I said, they should probably get the LWO on TV.
Yeah, probably with the Ray injury because of that. You know.
Yeah. I think once I don't know when the draft's supposed to be, but I think the draft will help a lot, shuffle some things around.
Yeah, like I said, I was disappointed that New Day retained, but like we said, them boys on the way, man.
Yeah. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are on the way. Don't you worry.
I hope you got some duct tape ready for your rib cage because it's gonna be ugly.
Listen, man, ain't gonna lie. Jey Uso got me, bro. That 4 letters, 1 word. Nah, but
hey, listen, Jay just gets it, man. You got what you can't teach.
Yeah.
Like we say it all the time. You get in them. You can say what you want on the internet. You get in them arenas. It's something different, man. Run it back, bro. Oh, I see a little kid right there. Hey, come here, bro.
Yeah. Creating moments. So that's what's up. The stuff with him and Gunther was really like standard stuff. Honestly, It just feels like it was total reverse. You know, like he's the champion this time around. Gunther's the challenger. Pretty standard stuff. Nothing crazy.
I think it's over though. I don't know if Gunther wins.
I think it's over, but I don't think it's over with Gunther. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, I think Gunther losing. I think you know, kind of like fake fantasy book. I think Gunther wins, but he might get cashed on. Like, cause it's the next day at the Money in the Bank, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it might be over, but we'll see. You know, like I said, Jay, he's just a cash machine right now. So we'll see.
Also, I will say one small element from that I did like, because champions and like people who have these friends when they get to the top and before they become champion, typically always run into this like moral dilemma of trying to help out their friends. Cody Rhodes has run into it several times. Jey Uso is currently experiencing this because he has accepted this challenge at Money in the Bank to where he is going to team up with Cody Rhodes to take on John Cena and Logan Paul. I remember at one point Seth Rollins faced this challenge when he was going into WrestleMania 40 facing Drew McIntyre, but he also accepted the challenge to help Cody Rhodes finally take down Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah.
So I enjoyed that. I think that is a consistent element that they have told really kind of just specifically with the World Championship, but I feel like they tell it really well in general in terms of like sometimes these people spread themselves too thin because they want to be the good guy and want to help everybody, and like ultimately like that costs them. Like for all intents and purposes, that is like Gunther said, like yeah, those are the qualities of like a good person and all that, but like it ain't the qualities of a great champion.
Yeah. When
you a champion, you gotta have your own interest at heart. And that's why, like, you might not have this for long because you think about everybody else. So I enjoy that particular aspect being told, and like to an extent, I agree. Not like I'm not somebody who like cheers the heels and like who's the babyface or whatever. By all means, I think like you know what I'm saying, help people, help your friends out. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing the babyface come help the other babyface. But truthfully, yeah, like that is not the quality of a good champion. Like that shit can ultimately cost you your championship. It cost Seth Rollins his championship, and his knee, and his back.
Kind of cost Cody. You know, he kind of had a friend in Cena, and I was like his role model.
Cost Cody. Does it cost Jey? That remains to be seen. But that is definitely like a great.
In hindsight, I think so. But just like Jey is just like the guy. Like I don't know. But, yeah.
It's possible. Like you said, I do think it's over. I don't know if it necessarily ends with Gunther or if it ends with whoever wins Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
But yeah, Liv versus Kyrie.
Kyrie probably got to win. Like they said, it's like her first win in like 2 years.
Yeah, like first off, Kyrie getting the win. But also, Liv Morgan post World Championship, and I'm gonna keep saying this every chance I get, has been tremendous. I don't know what the change was. I don't know if they just got a different producer on the matches. I don't know if they figured it out. I know what one of the changes was. Everything she does not have to be Dominic centric. I have said this before. Everything she does not have to have Dominic involved. And even to an extent, like Raquel comes out there to the ring with her, and Raquel is not always involved. Sometimes you just gotta let people wrestle, bro.
Yeah.
You have been letting Liv Morgan just wrestle since her World Championship reign, and it has all looked great. I have no complaints. I love what I'm seeing. Legitimately, like, Liv Morgan is probably one of the top 3 they have right now. Not talking about popularity or any of that. Just like the output that she gives. Like, for the most part, I know what I'm getting when I turn on a. Like, for the most part, I know what I'm getting. So I was very pleasantly pleased with that. As we spoke about earlier, there was another storyline advancement within the Judgment Day, which was Roxanne actually came to attempt to help Liv Morgan win. Raquel, however, sees this and is like, who sent you? You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. Mind you, Roxanne's not an official member of the Judgment Day still, but she did come to help. I don't know what to make of it right now. Early indications, and I guess this is me and just what everyone else thinks, is that ultimately the plan is to, I guess, oust Liv Morgan and Dominic from the Judgment Day. I don't know if Raquel is going to be on the outs. I don't know if Raquel is going to be within that, what's left of the Judgment Day. And like I said, they're just ousting Dominic and Liv. I'm moved. I'm interested. Like I said, no matter what, if they're not going to break up the Judgment Day, all I want to be done is I want every move to be like perfect. They're not necessarily going to be the top heel faction. We know who that belongs to now. But I am interested in how, how they go about this. So I was deeply moved by that.
I seen the clips. They were saying Roxanne was like, Raquel, you told me to come out here. I don't know if that's
I heard that
layers, too. But I'm excited. I don't know. See, the thing with Liv was I saw a clip on TikTok because her cash in on Ronda was so good because we was kind of anti Ronda being champion, and then just her character work wasn't there for her being a world champion. The face run she had wasn't really that good, but hey, this character run she got now, it fits her perfectly. Her matches have been good, like you've been saying. Haven't seen a bad Liv match in a while. If this does lead to her versus Roxanne, I will be there because them two could go. Good chemistry. Yeah, so whatever they do with the Judgment Day, it does have to hit because I'm still, we don't know about Finn. He took another pin. We'll talk about that later. But I'm excited to see what they do. I'm thinking with, like you said, with Dom. I don't know what Dom's character goes from here because he went from being the most booed guy and now look, we cheered for Dom. He might get some more cheers now. So we'll see. Like you said, it just has to hit and it got to be perfect. So I'm gonna just let them rock out and see what they do with that.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. I want to see where that goes. Lyra and Becky Lynch has been announced for Money in the Bank. This will be part 3 of Lyra and Becky Lynch. Lyra is currently 2-0, but the stakes have been raised. There's two caveats. If Lyra wins, Becky Lynch will never challenge for the Intercontinental Championship again, as long as Lyra Valkyria is champion. However, if Lyra Valkyria loses, she has to raise Becky Lynch's hand. And I know a lot of people will probably hear that and be like, oh, okay, that doesn't sound like a big deal. This between them is personal now. That is a huge deal. Because no matter what, if Becky Lynch wins, no matter how she wins, no matter what she does, like Lyra has to raise her hand. Becky Lynch could cheat to win, and Lyra's gonna have to raise her hand. And Lyra said herself, like, I don't have any problem raising the hand of a woman who is better than me or is as good as me, whatever. I just don't think that's you.
Hey, Lyra been cooking that.
Cooking.
We here. Lyra FC stand up.
But yeah, so imagine, you know what I mean? Like, imagine she has to raise her hand and like she knowing her heart of hearts.
She not better than me.
Yeah, like she know her heart of hearts. She not better than me, and like she might have like came across some nefarious means to win. Like that's a hell of a situation to be in, bro. I don't know. But I am excited. Like I said, it's part 3 of the installment. Lyra is 2-0. I think there is a very, I will say this, I think there's a very real chance that Lyra does win. And I only say that because they surprised me in Backlash already.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't expect her to win that either. But like, I think there's a very real chance.
I think this will barely come back into play with that.
That's what I was about to say. I think the real chance is Bayley.
That would be a banger.
Because there is a score to settle. And we talked previously about how, like, in the women's division, there aren't necessarily feuds that do not involve the title. Mm-hmm. I think this would be a good step towards that. I think that's 2 people you can do that with.
Yeah.
So, I'm interested. Main event.
Well, actually, we got another cross.
Another Karrion Kross promo vignette thing. Yeah.
Hey, man, the hair with the bun was same with the bun. Nice.
Listen, I'll say this, because I say this about like Joe Hendry and like all these other wrestlers who like get themselves over. I am never going to boo a wrestler for getting themselves over organically. Yeah, like I am firmly an advocate for that, bro. Like I am firmly an advocate for like making the most out of what you were given on TV. It's why I like Chelsea Green. It's why I like Joe Hendry. It is why, to an extent, I like Karrion Kross. I hope they give him an opportunity. I really do.
Just something.
But at the same time, the bell has to ring. So if they give him the ball, and that, I'm not saying like give him the ball, like make him world champion, make him Mr. Money in the Bank, whatever. I'm just saying if they give him the ball and they try to give him this TV time, like you gotta show us something. Like people, you have used your voice. As you should. Like I said, in this business, like, you absolutely should be trying to get yourself over. As long as it's not in a selfish way or anything like that. Like, ultimately, people, you know what I'm saying? Some people get released for, like, being complacent. Like, so, like, good on you for not being complacent and good on you for, like, getting yourself over organically. But if they give you the ball, you cannot miss.
Yeah, you gotta go score.
Yeah, you gotta go score. So, whenever that opportunity comes, I don't know if it's a Money in the Bank qualifier, I don't know what it is, but I would hope, like I really do hope that like you do what you do. I hope you know what I'm saying? I hope the in-ring follows the promos and follows the vignettes and all of this. Because it can't just be like backstage segments. Like I said, the bell has to ring. Mm-hmm. So when that happens,
go score, please.
Please. I am living for this. Because I think that's a lot of what this current era of WWE is. Like, a lot of these people who we see, like, on TV weekly, they kind of had to, like, you know what I'm saying, scratch and claw, whether that be in WWE, whether that be other places. Like, LA Knight got himself over organically. Cody Rhodes had to, you know, take an adventure, go other places, came back, won the fans over organically. He wasn't just necessarily, I know some people say he was kind of chosen by the machine. I don't necessarily believe that. Like, I think he went...
He like betted on himself, and
he bet on himself, exactly. LA Knight bet on himself. Chelsea Green bet on herself. Karrion Kross, you're betting on yourself, but when you get the ball, go score. Now we can get into the main event.
Hey man, Unk still got it. Unks
still got it. Finn Balor, you have firmly beat the washed allegations. I will say that. Sammy, Seth, Finn Balor, great match. I do not think it was better than the opening triple threat qualifier. Didn't have to be.
Just ring work wise.
Yeah, just different
styles.
Yeah, different styles, different flavors. It's all good. Still a good match. A lot of story within. I think inadvertently, it didn't necessarily. Well, yeah, it did. Inadvertently, I think like Sammy's beef with Seth kind of cost him this opportunity. But I do acknowledge that the Vision, yeah, that's what we're calling him right now. The Vision did cost him as well. That being Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I do think inadvertently that did cost him. But also, speaking of inadvertent, Dominic cost Finn Balor.
Bruh.
And at some point, we just got to ask ourselves, who keeps putting Dominic in charge of putting chairs in the ring, right? Because every time he tries to slide a chair to a member of the Judgment Day, it always turns out bad, bro. So we just got to ask ourselves, like,
bro, that was like great work from Finn, bro. Just the whole like the head nod of like then just boom, stop to the face, bro.
Man. And you know what's funny? Somebody else I followed, it was like how many times is Finn Balor gonna lose because like niggas in the Judgment Day keep sliding him shit and he get his head stopped on it. And then I remember SummerSlam when Priest tried to slide in the briefcase.
He got stopped.
He got stopped on the briefcase. So yeah, at some point we just gotta decide not to give Dominic chairs anymore.
Well, hey, shout out to like all the layers in that match. You know, ended up getting Sammy back, Punk back in the mix, Jey back in the mix. Listen, Raw is Raw. You know,
yeah.
The cliffhangers feel like I'm a kid again. Like
there is a I don't want to say a theory, but some people are saying like Paul Heyman is kind of helping book Raw, and like a lot of the stuff that we're seeing is like Paul Heyman-esque. If that's the case, I'm okay with it. Like I said, this has probably been one of the stronger episodes of Raw all year. Raw is not typically a bad show, but like this was like
it wasn't really a dull moment.
Yeah, to me there wasn't really a dull moment last night. And if your worst match is a squash match, then like I mean, I'm fine with like
it ends up leading to like a good rivalry.
Yeah, so I thoroughly enjoyed the show last night. Like I said, one of the best they've put on. I did not put this in the notes, but I did want to ask because I don't think you can necessarily run back the tag team match from Saturday night's main event now that there are like new elements involved. But it does make me wonder, when you think your boy come back, man?
I say Money in the Bank. Just a little quick, just a little. If it's the main event, I say it's there. I think it's there. Well, no. Yeah, I say Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. Okay.
I think so. Look, that's good hindsight. You know, storyline. You know, we can't have what happened last year because that just took too long.
Oh yeah, no, don't do that. Yeah. Do not use the briefcase as a plot device to advance a rivalry. That shit was sick. Drew McIntyre won that shit, and then it was just.
I'm talking about Cody and Solo.
Oh.
That took too long.
Oh yeah. No. I didn't think it was. Nah, I never thought for a minute he was coming back last year when that happened. My theory is because I know your boy loved them Saudi Arabia checks. I have champions June 28th.
Man, that's still so far though. Bro.
That is so far. It is.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What do you think they do with Money in the Bank with Punk?
That's almost a month away from now. If they do that.
What do you think they do with Punk and Sammy at Money in the Bank now? Because unless they throw, you think they throw Punk in the Money in the ladder match?
So, as far as Sammy, that shit is over with. I think, personally, just because I don't remember when's the last time I saw a last chance qualifier in this era. To be honest, like, I do not remember the last time I saw one. So I think that shit is over for Sammy. Unless God forbid something happens to one of the participants before next weekend. I don't. As far as the ladder match, I think it's over him. I think unless you're getting him in there to mix it up with Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker, I don't know. I do think they allow CM Punk a chance to try to qualify because I think there's two. Is it 2 spots left?
Yeah, 2 spots.
Yeah, there's 2 spots and one will be given on SmackDown this week. I think they allow CM Punk a chance to try to get in there. I don't know if he gets in because of Bronson and Braun, and if he doesn't, then at that point maybe you consider Sammy and Punk versus Braun and Bronson.
Okay.
But I don't. Like I said, I see CM Punk maybe getting in the ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, I don't know. We should have covered this at the top, but who keep asking Will Ospreay questions?
What is his booking fee? How much is it? Like, can he sit down with us at this point?
Shit.
Just keep asking him all these damn questions.
Dog. If I can go 2 weeks without a Will Ospreay and WWE quote, bro, like, the world might heal, bro. Like, it's just why. What do you gain by asking him this? It's like everybody knows the answer, bro. He does not want. Obviously, like I said, there's no burner bridges in wrestling.
I think he wants to come to the Fed. I'm not gonna lie. I think he wants to.
I don't think he does, bro. So, well, like I said, there's no burnt bridges in wrestling, but like Will Ospreay has been. I'll acknowledge this about WWE, bro. There's a lot of. This is not to say that there isn't good to great wrestling on WWE, like sometimes, but Will Ospreay has never been someone who has been like handcuffed when it comes to wrestling. He has not had to adapt to a certain style. He has not had to do anything because he has been in like New Japan and all these other places where they don't make you do that.
Mm-hmm.
AEW doesn't even make you do that. If you came from New Japan to AEW, like you're probably working the same style you were working over there. That's just what it is. There absolutely is like a WWE style, and some people don't necessarily want to adapt to that. I mean, or adapt or tone down depending on how you look at it. I don't know. So I don't see why he would want to come there, and that's okay. I said this like on Twitter a couple weeks ago. They're like, you know, even though AEW is kind of like a 6-year-old company, there are people there who their dream might still be WWE.
Yeah.
There are people in WWE who they might want to go to AEW. Ultimately, we are going to get to a point where, and I saw this tweeted out as well because someone was watching AEW with their kids, and someone was just like, well, you know, now that there's this alternative, people's dream won't necessarily always be WWE, or their memories of wrestling won't always be WWE. And that's okay. We're not at that point yet. But there are absolutely people in AEW who are probably AEW lifers, and there are people in WWE who are probably WWE lifers. I can probably sit here and name like 5 on each side.
Yeah.
Like Will Ospreay to me is probably going to be an AEW lifer. One, because there is not the schedule in WWE is a little bit easier now, but also like he said in that interview as well, like I really don't have a desire to like move to America. Like my kids doing great. I like my life out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just come to work on Wednesday, come pay-per-views, fly back home. He has no reason to. I don't see why he would. Like there's a bunch of people. I don't think Omega ever comes to WWE. I don't think the Young Bucks ever come to WWE. Like, and that's okay. It is not all. I know that it's become like semi-normal with some of these guys like crossing over because they see like WWE's willing to give them a certain level of success, i.e. Penta, Phoenix, Cody Rhodes, Aleister Black. But it's not, you know what I'm saying? Just because it's a norm, it doesn't mean that it's always going to happen. And it's okay, like, if the crossover, like, necessarily never happens. It just is what it is. But I will say from that Will Ospreay interview, one thing he did say that I did enjoy, and it kind of took me a minute to sit with it, where he was like, you know, I hate that people get released, but I do think that before you just automatically get fired from WWE and you think, like, hey, let me just go to AEW, let's try to improve wrestling elsewhere first. Because a lot of them other places are suffering. Or not necessarily suffering, but like they're not as good as they were at one point. Like
Ring of Honor now.
Yeah, like Ring of Honor. Well, that's technically AEW now, so I don't know if that counts. But yeah, Ring of Honor. New Japan isn't as you know what I'm saying?
They lost a lot of heavy hitters.
Yeah, they lost a lot of heavy hitters. Some to WWE, some to AEW.
Yeah.
So like, you know, there's plenty of places that you need. Like, yeah, like sure, like come to AEW sometime, but like there are other places that absolutely.
That that check might be too big. Tony might, Tony love cashing them checks.
Yeah. At this point, both companies do though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with the sentiment that he said. Where like, yeah, like let's make wrestling, kind of healthier in other places before we just say, hey, let me jump to the other big company. And I think that'll be beneficial in the long run. Ethan Page is new North American champion.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Like he's another one of them guys I want to see because like he could be like a Miz character work, but his ring work is too good. So he would have got lost up there too. So I'm not mad at that. Him and Ricky just put on class. He got the class. He got the banger. Got the banger. Because like the main roster is like it's stacked, and I don't want them getting lost in like the mid card titles, like the mid card feuds because Jacob, nobody's being Jacob anytime soon, and then Dominic, he's just too over. He needs like a decent title reign. So yeah, I'm not mad at like Ricky and Paige just going back and forth because NXT needs that. The men's division isn't like it's there, but it's not like there yet like how it used to be. So I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, man. Trying to see if we got anything else of note. We did. Trick Williams winning the TNA World Championship over Joe Hendry. How do you feel?
I'm not mad at it. Like I said earlier, Trick, let him go like try to do different things. Like you finna go on TNA. Like I see he finna have probably a feud with Santana, a legend in the business. He gonna put on like that's some good veteran work. Like I said, Trick might get lost in the main event on the main roster scene. Like internet talks, about Melo, but like you see how Melo is now. Like, it's not perfect, but it's getting there. And like like I said, Trick needs a little bit of in-ring work. It's better when he has a good dance partner who's better than him. Yeah. The character work is there. Can't lie about it. But yeah, throw him in TNA for a little bit. Let him see how different things go out. I'm excited for it. Like, I heard the match was good, so I'm here for it.
I was about to say for all because there's a lot of and I partake in these sometimes too. Like for all the jokes that are made about TNA, there are some like good quality workers over there that can absolutely help Trick get better.
Yeah.
I think this is really like a sink or swim year for him personally. The last year or so for him was kind of shaky, and like you said, if he's not in there with somebody that's necessarily better than him, or a little above average, like the matches get a little shaky. Like some of the stuff with Ethan Page was a little shaky. So I do think this is a sink or swim year for him. And I know a lot of people are like, wow, like WWE talent is just doing whatever the TNA talent and like TNA is getting nothing out of the deal. I firmly disagree.
Yeah,
personally.
I seen like some of their shows have like they had like live streams like now they're getting like more attendance in their shows now. So like it's definitely going in the right direction because you can throw like some TNA talent over in like NXT, get them a good look. So
yeah, and I think more than ever, like WWE probably needs to lean on that partnership now because, like we said, like that the top of that men's division in NXT is kind of scarce. Like, you know what I'm saying, and to an extent, some of the people they should be using, they're not necessarily using.
Yeah.
So, like I said, sink or swim thing for Trick Williams. I think winning the Impact World title is a good first step. Mm-hmm. I do think that. No matter how you feel about TNA, I think that's a great thing to have on your resume.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I am excited. I am excited to see where that goes. Like I said, I really hope this works out for him because I want to see him on the main roster. Like I think he's
because
he was a big player like before pre Melo leaving NXT. Like he was a big player.
He was the guy for like a good year.
Maybe. One of those that like got over organically. So we will see what comes of that. Other than that, I don't think I have anything. As we close, I would say early predictions for what we see since we're both going to Saturday night's main event and Evolution. Any early predictions as far as like matchups? Basically, just pure fantasy booking right here. Like it don't got to be a full card, but
my tribal chief, please. Your hometown needs you. July, that seems so far.
It does.
I'm gonna say we might have a new either WWE or World Heavyweight Champion
Okay.
that night. Trying to think. Evolution 2. We need something. We need something big. I want to say we get a new. I want to say, oh yeah, I got the money to make cash in at Evolution 2. I think that'll be good.
Okay.
Whoever wins, maybe I got Naomi winning. So hopefully Naomi cash in on somebody. Evolution 2. I think that'll be there. Trying to think. NXT women just show out again. They've been showing out a lot. Women's wrestling rules. Sorry.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Main Event. Yeah, I mean, probably something with Cody. Hometown hero comes back. I don't know what they do with him. Might get a rematch. You know, him and Cena. I can see that going. It's my fantasy booking for now because July, a lot can happen.
Yeah, a lot can happen. So my early fantasy booking, I think, and it's another hometown guy. I think we see Goldberg and Gunther.
Okay.
I hope it is the match, but I also understand that they might stretch this out to like a bigger event just because it is supposed to be Goldberg's last match. So I'm gonna stick with something Goldberg related. Let's just say that.
Okay.
For Saturday night's main event. For Evolution, because I'm not 100% sure if the draft will be occurring yet, but I think we see Stephanie Vaquer in some capacity.
Please.
And I'm gonna say in a main roster role, assuming like the draft does happen.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, so it is not a confirmed. It is not like some of Cena's dates have not been confirmed yet for like the last bit of this run. Some of them they're just adding on as it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think we see. I think there's a possibility we see Cody and Cena again for the belts. Other than that, like I said, like you said, it's early.
Yeah, a lot can happen.
A lot can happen between May 27th and July 12th/13th. We will see. But yeah, man, exciting time. Love wrestling. Love that it heats up during the summer.
Yeah, a lot of no sports.
Yeah,
Well, big baseball, but like.
Yeah, I was gonna say after this.
After these NBA finals, it's gonna be.
Yeah, man.
A lot of what y'all doing tonight.
A lot of it. But yeah, man, definitely excited for that. But yeah, this has been episode 8.
Damn.
Yeah, man, we getting up there slowly but surely. I'm thinking we may have a guest next week. I'm thinking on it. Not 100% sure. If not for next week, then definitely for episode 10. Other than that, as usual, keep it locked on our socials. Had a video go up last week pertaining to the little miniature Rhea Ripley. Wouldn't call it a rant, just kind of a
little wake up people. You know?
Yeah, a little dialogue. Did really well on TikTok, so definitely thank you for whoever watched. So yeah, just stay locked to our socials.
Got some new followers. Shout out to y'all on the Instagram page.
Shout out to new followers on the Instagram page. Saw those this morning. And a lot of y'all, there's gonna be a point where we stop following niggas back. We just ain't big enough for that yet. that shit will happen at some point. So don't say you weren't warned. But yeah, man. Yeah, keep locked on our socials. We attempt to live tweet most of the wrestling that goes on during the week.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Clips of the show to try to, get viewer engagement and maybe put in what we think are some people's favorite parts of the show, what we like to think of people's favorite parts of the show. Other than that, we appreciate you guys as always. This has been episode 8. We will see you next week.
If your boy can't grill, don't get mad at us, by the way.
Yeah. All that begging, man.
Get in the booth.
Get in the booth.
Episode 8.
Episode 8, man.